You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the U.S. Supreme Court preserves a system that allows Native children to stay with Native families in regards to adoption and fostering.
And the Allen County multi-agency team holds its 10th annual Safety Day.
And we've got some scattered showers and storms out there this morning. We're looking at the possibility of a couple of stronger storms today and more severe weather as we head into Saturday. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. Joplin police arrest a suspect in a stabbing at an apartment yesterday morning. It happened at the North Park Apartments on East Newman Road around 8:40 in the morning. When officers arrived, they found a man with a stab wound. That man was taken to the hospital and is said to be in serious but stable condition. Police say he was stabbed by his fiancée following an argument. She has been arrested, but formal charges have not yet been filed. Authorities say 54-year-old Wayne Edwin Simmons of El Dorado Springs was shot and killed after he shot at members of the Barton and Cedar County departments. Simmons was the suspect in an armed carjacking that occurred in rural Barton County. Authorities responded to a home in rural Dade County about the stolen vehicle, and it was found in a barn on the property. When law enforcement searched the barn, they say Simmons was inside and gunfire exchanged. Simmons was shot and later died at the scene. No officers were injured. U.S. Supreme Court preserves the system that gives preference to Native American families in foster care and adoption proceedings of Native children. It rejects a broad attack from some Republican-led states and white families who argued it is based on race. Court left in place the 1978 Indian Child Welfare Act, which was enacted to address concerns that Native children were being separated from their families and too frequently placed in non-Native homes.
We've got the possibility of some strong storms as we head through our day today. So let's look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker right now. We're getting some stray showers out there and this one lone thunderstorm that's just not going anywhere, but it's also not dying. And we're seeing some heavier rain begin to pick up in parts of Elk and Chautauqua counties as well. Some of these could be strong, possibly severe as we go through the day. There's that storm up here. As we mentioned, not really doing much, but the rest of these showers are pushing off to the east. So let's talk about our severe threat today. Tornado risk, very low, which is great. We have no highlighted areas. It's not zero, but it's very low. We're looking more at a hail and wind risk for some small hail and damaging wind gusts later today. And then tomorrow, we're looking at that elevated risk of strong to severe thunderstorms for a good portion of the area. This will be Saturday evening. And then that low risk Sunday is for the potential for maybe some little back building Sunday morning from that activity Saturday night or Sunday morning, however you want to see it. Let's take a look down the road. Scattered storms today. So that's the caveat with today's threat. These storms are going to be isolated to scattered. So will everyone see thunderstorms today? No. But those that do could see a stray, strong, or severe storm as we head into the afternoon and early evening. That because these are pop-up in nature, once we lose the daytime heating, they die out. We're going to be clear tonight, mild, low, mid-60s. Highs today, by the way, mid-80s. Tomorrow, this is what's setting the stage for our severe threat. Look at these temperatures. Even at 6 o'clock, we've got temperatures at or right near 90 degrees. It's going to be muggy. Just a few clouds. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be hot. And by about 7:38, some scattered storms in our northern counties. By 10, here comes our main threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, I want you to watch this real quick. This is 10 o'clock, right where this activity is. Now, 2.5 hours later, look at how quickly it advances off to the east. Here we are at 12:30 in the morning with these storms now on the Missouri side. So the tornado threat tomorrow, relatively low. We're looking more at hail and wind, but based on the latest data, the severe storms that we could see tomorrow night, damaging winds, look to be the primary threat. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on this activity and on anything that pops up today as well. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. A cyclist hit the road as part of an 8-day journey across the Sunflower State. Biking across Kansas brings out hundreds of people to explore beautiful landscapes, points of interest, and meet people in different towns. And yesterday they arrived in Chanute with only 2 days left in their trip. To some, the journey is more about heart than mind.
I'm watching traffic. It's not really a lot of thinking. It's just, you're just out there doing that. And then maybe later in the ride, if I'm really tired, I'm thinking about how I want to get off the bike. But it's not so much a lot of thinking. It's just a lot of, I guess, feeling.
Today they'll go to Garnett, and then on Saturday they'll end their journey by heading through Pleasanton to reach the Missouri border. The Allen County Multi-Agency Team put on its 10th annual Family Safety Night in Iola, Kansas. Family Safety Night is an event to help support youth, families, and teachers in the community by providing more than 25 booths to teach them public safety, how to call 911, and other tips on what to do in an emergency.
It's the togetherness that we like to really bring to our community, just giving us a way to celebrate and be healthy in our community.
They also partnered with the Allen County Farmers Market to promote healthy eating. Well, Father's Day is just around the corner, just 2 days away. And if you're still looking for some gift ideas for your dear old dad, KOAM's very own Shannon Becker has a few suggestions. He's joining us live from John's Sports Center in Pittsburgh. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. It's 1806 North Broadway. There's something that every dad would love inside here, but the biggest suggestion I say this year, search the internet, find something special for your dad. Well, you can do that here. We'll talk coming up with Adam here. And also, just get your phone out, start looking around, and be thoughtful this year. How about that? Sound good, Tanya? So we'll have more coming up here right here at John Sports Center. I'm Shannon Becker.
Spend time with him. We'll be touching back in with Shannon in just a little bit. June is National Cytomegalovirus or CMV Awareness Month. According to CDC, nearly 1 in 3 children are infected with CMV by age 5. The virus can cause hearing loss, vision loss, and lack of motor skills. This happens to be the case for a child in Miami, Oklahoma. Mother is putting on an event this weekend for her daughter who was born with CMV.
They're just like you. They comprehend just like you. They might not be able to speak or communicate with you, but they do in their own way.
The event is open for everyone. It'll be Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club in Miami. Well, coming up, we're going to head back over to John's Sporting Center in Pittsburgh to learn more about what kind of gifts you can get Dad for Father's Day.
And as we've mentioned, we're keeping an eye on the weather for you. And later, after the congressional soccer match, Representative Dan Crenshaw gives soccer refs his eye. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. We will be right back after this. But first, another live look from John's Sporting Goods in Pittsburgh for Father's Day. That's this Sunday.
Now at Johnson Floor and Home.
In Health Watch this morning, night owls may die early from bad habits they develop when they stay up late. That's according to a new study published Friday in the journal Chronobiology International. It found an increased risk of mortality in people who go to bed and get up later in the day, mainly due to a larger consumption of tobacco and alcohol. The new study followed nearly 24,000 twins from 1981 to 2018 to pinpoint the causes of health-related behaviors and disease. Researchers found that being a night owl increased the risk of an early death by about 9% compared with early birds. Most Americans like their health insurance, even though they may have problems with it, and that's according to a recent survey from KFF. formerly the Kaiser Family Foundation. KFF found about 58% of insured adults had at least one issue in the past year, and that includes being denied care, providers not covered, or policies paying less than expected. Still, 81% said their health insurance was excellent or good. Sicker adults viewed their coverage less favorably. A new CDC report finds nearly 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. is diagnosed with depression at some point in their lives. The report published on Thursday also found depression levels vary dramatically by state. For example, the prevalence of depression in Hawaii was found to be just under 13%, while in West Virginia it was nearly 28%. Research showed depression was more common among the Appalachian and southern Mississippi Valley regions. Well, it's only June and flu season is probably the furthest thing from your mind, but data from the southern hemisphere, where it's now winter, shows cases began increasing early this year, and it could mean the U.S. is in for another severe season ahead. Mandy Gaither has a look at the data and what health experts say you should take away from it.
In the U.S., flu cases can happen year-round, but most of the time the virus peaks between December and February. So why are we talking about it in June?
We always have flu on our radar.
Flu activity in the U.S. is currently low, but in the southern hemisphere, officials in Australia say cases began increasing sharply in early May. That's an earlier start of the flu season than some years, with case numbers higher than the 5-year average, but lower than around this time in 2019 and 2022. The number of cases in kids is also being watched. More children in Australia appear to be getting sick than any other age groups this year. U.S. scientists typically look at Australia and other countries to try to anticipate exactly how bad the flu will get in the U.S. during its fall and winter.
We can probably expect the same thing to be happening with an early flu season.
Infectious disease specialist Ryan Miller with Cleveland Clinic says when flu season starts this year, we can all help slow the spread.
We still want people to stay home when they're sick. And if they are feeling sick and they have to go do something, wear a mask so that you protect the people around you.
Miller says it's also important to get vaccinated from the flu when the season gets closer.
Really want the high-risk individuals to get the vaccine to protect themselves, but then the lower-risk individuals who are seemingly healthy should get it so that they can protect their loved ones.
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates the flu caused up to 41 million illnesses, up to 710,000 hospitalizations, and up to 52,000 deaths every year between 2010 and 2020.
We've got the potential for a couple of strong, maybe low-grade severe thunderstorms as we head through today, and then we've got a better chance for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into Saturday evening and into the overnight hours. We'll have another look at that forecast a little later, but first, we're going to have another live look from John's. I apologize. I've been given some information that says we're going to be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
I'm Shannon Becker, the KOAM Morning News. Father's Day. It's this weekend, and we're here with Adam at John's Sporting Goods. Adam, tell us, coming here, it's really easy. I mean, you can pull right up to the front door. You don't have to wait in line, walk through a huge parking lot, right?
No, we'll bring it out to you even. If you call in, we'll do phone-in orders. We're open every day of the week. So Saturday and Sunday, you still have time to come in and pick your orders up or call them in. We'll bring them out. Everything's put in a gift bag with tissue paper handed to you. If you want us to pick out outfits for you, we're here for customer service, here to take care of Dad.
So let's say you don't want to buy Dad a firearm, but you don't want to pick it out for him. Gift card, people can do that?
100%. Yeah, gift cards all day long. They never go bad. We're open every day of the week, so it makes it easy. There's a lot of this stuff in the store, too. You got tackle, life vest, the best archery department in the four-state area.
Right here in the boat barn.
So huge amount of stuff. And don't forget, it doesn't have to be Dad. It can be somebody influenced in your life.
What about, like, clothing? You guys have that?
Lots of clothing. So Piranha, Sitka, Ariat, Wolverine, you name it, we have it covered. We'll even put outfits together for you. We have sun protection, so SPF, keep the sun off your skin. Hats to feet, we call it. We can dress you the whole way.
Fishing?
Fishing tackle's phenomenal. Duck it, Falcon, you name it. All the name brands, not Walmart junk, good stuff.
All right. So, and once again, you guys, 1806 Broadway, it's easy to get here, obviously. New parking lot. Man, it looks amazing.
It is. The parking's better than ever. Like I say, it's truly a store you can come, be in and out less than 5 minutes, have what you need, everybody's happy, make somebody happy at the end of the day.
Saturday till 5:30 and Sunday noon to 5, right?
Correct. And phone orders, it's 620-231-7740. You can call anytime.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Appreciate it.
It's John Sporting Goods. I'm Shannon Becker, KOAM News Now. More with the KOAM Morning News coming up next.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's now 7:22 on this Friday morning. We want to get to more of the forecast and some current conditions. That way, as you're heading out the door for your last day of work this week, you have an idea as to what to expect. Right now in Joplin, we've got mostly cloudy skies. We're sitting at 68. Dew point humidity up there. We've had some showers on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, but not all of it is reaching the ground right now. So that could change as we go through the day, but right now a lot of it not reaching the ground, but it's getting there. It's getting there. We had 70 in Pittsburgh and Chanute, 68 Neodesha, Chetopa, 69 Miami, 68 Carthage and Neosho. As we get our day started, we're going to have those scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning, near 80 by late morning. Some of these storms could be strong, low-grade severe. Now, is everybody going to see a storm? No. These are going to be isolated to widely scattered. But those of us who do see a storm, it could be strong, low-grade severe with maybe some small hail and damaging wind gusts out there. Those storms persist through the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Highs today right around the mid-80s. Then as we head later into the evening, say around 7, 8 o'clock, these are kind of pop-up based storms. They're going to die out once we start to lose the heating of the day. We're going to be mostly clear and mild as we go into the overnight hours. Saturday is the day we've been talking about. We've been talking about Saturday 3 or 4 days now, and that is because as we head into Saturday evening, say about after 8 o'clock or right around 8 and into the overnight hours, we got our best chances for some strong to severe thunderstorms. Now, in terms of the threats on Saturday, the overall tornado risk is low, which is great news. It's not zero, but it's very low. The biggest threats are large hail and strong damaging wind gusts, and based on some of the latest model data, the damaging winds look to be the biggest risk for us as we head into our Saturday night, just because of how this system is looking to unfold. Continuing into very early Sunday morning, then that wraps up, and as we head through the second half of our Father's Day, we're looking to be pretty decent, low 80s, 90 tomorrow, by the way, ahead of those thunderstorms. And as we head toward the first official day of summer, we got temperatures low 90s and partly cloudy skies. Well, you might think, rather, of giving refs an earful to complain about their officiating, but that's not what happened at the end of the congressional soccer match.
Representative Dan Crenshaw gave them an eye, literally. Jeannie Moose explains.
Forget the evil eye or side eye or stink eye.
Don't worry, it's nothing too crazy.
Republican Congressman Dan Crenshaw gave soccer refs his glass eye. He has 10 or more of them, many adorned with symbols, after the annual congressional soccer match. The Republicans beat the Democrats 4-2. The former Navy SEAL still wasn't happy with the officiating.
Refs, they have 2 eyeballs, but they don't use them. So I was going to give one of mine. Oh, God. Refs, this is for the refs. There we go.
Crenshaw has been described by another Texas politician as a sexy pirate. He lost his right eye in an explosion while serving in Afghanistan and has talked about his glass eye in an eye-opening way.
Even if it's a natural-looking eye, it doesn't quite look right, and it's extremely distracting, and I'm pretty self-conscious about it.
So he wears patches in public, proudly sporting a Navy SEAL Trident patch, and he's open to others joking about patches, for instance, the Apple eye patch. When SNL's Pete Davidson mocked Crenshaw's eye patch, the congressman came on to joke back.
He looks like a troll doll with a tapeworm.
And now he's trolling the referees that when the joke was over, he reached in and took his glass eye back. Don't worry, you can clean them with baby shampoo or hard contact lens cleaner. By plucking his out, Crenshaw put the eye in. Aye. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
And he pulled that out.
Yeah, that was definitely different for sure. I did not see that coming, but hey, I mean, you do what you got to do. And what I love though is how he is able to just make light of the situation as a whole.
Yeah,
And, you know,
he
like,
took it back. He wasn't really serious.
It's like me being short and bald. I make light of it all the time. I know what I am. I'm not very tall and I don't have a lot of hair, and that's just the way it is.
And you stand on a box.
I do. There's no getting around it, so that's just the way it is, man. You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
We love you just the same.
Well, you're not going to love me with these storm chances. We'll have more on your forecast and more of the KOAM morning news right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. It's the third Thursday of the month. Well, last night was anyway, which means downtown Joplin was full of vendors and artists. And this month's sponsor was You Belong Here, a local equity, diversity, and inclusion organization. As always, it featured booths from dozens of area businesses and organizations, as well as fun activities.
We work with the Chamber of Commerce, and we are really just trying to get everybody to realize that everybody belongs in Joplin. And so we work with, equality, diversity, and inclusion, and just really, as if you're breathing, you belong here.
Third Thursdays happen every month through October. Pittsburgh's week-long Festival of the Arts continues with a one-day summer youth band camp. It's for all area high school musicians and directed by the Pitt State Music faculty and organized by PSU band director Andrew Chybowski. Band camp included rehearsals, master classes, and a lot of fun, while also giving them a challenge.
You hear about improvisation in jazz, but it's actually possible, and I think it's really beneficial to do that in a large ensemble setting as well. So we're going to do some improvisation today, and actually at the concert tonight they're going to do some improvisation then as well. So it's going to be kind of a unique experience for them.
Pittsburgh's Festival of the Arts continues through Sunday. Nature Camp is a yearly 5-day camp running through Friday for children 1st through 3rd grade. During Nature Camp, campers get to learn about different aspects of nature with a new theme each day. And yesterday they focused on mammals and dug up bones like an archaeologist.
That we go outside and go on walk. Sometimes I even can see some cute animals.
Oh really? What animals do you see?
Like on this day's walk, we saw a bunny.
Nature Camp happens every year for 1st through 3rd graders.
Well, we've got ourselves some showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there on the Skywatch Storm Tracker right now. You can see this one thunderstorm. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. It's just there. But at least right now it's not strong or severe either. Stray showers across the rest of the area, but not all of this reaching the ground. And we'll continue to see this activity as we go through the morning. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. It looks like it's moving, but it's not. It just keeps recycling on itself. So some much needed rainfall falling into the Eureka area right now. The rest of these showers attempting to move off to the east. However, we do have that possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms later today. Now, our tornado risk is very low, no highlighted areas, but we could see some small hail and maybe some gusty winds with the thunderstorms later today. Now, will everybody see thunderstorms today? No. These are going to be isolated to widely scattered at best, more along the lines of pop-up storms. But those that do see storms could see some small hail and gusty winds. Our biggest concern is Saturday, as we've still got this elevated risk for a good portion of the area for strong to severe thunderstorms with this complex expected to start rolling in about 10 o'clock tomorrow night and surging eastward across the area and into the Missouri side right around midnight. And with that, the tornado threat is low. It's not zero, but it is low. The biggest concern really is looking to be strong damaging winds and straight line wind gusts as the storm system surges to the east. We'll have more on those severe thunderstorms and your full forecast here in a few more minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Today is the last day of Camp Quality in Neosho, Missouri. The week-long event receives kids with cancer for fun activities. Pool, crafts, and even laser tag are included in the program. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has details.
Bethany started attending Camp Quality when she was 11 years old. Since then, she knew she wanted to continue being involved with the event, even after her time as a camper was over.
When you have cancer, everybody is like, oh, it's cancer. They don't see the kid. So it's a really great way to just have a week to forget about the treatment, all of the worries of having to deal with the cancer stuff, and it's just having fun.
Besides enjoying the fun she has with all the activities provided at Camp Quality, there is one special thing that has been making Bethany come back for the last 11 years.
I felt like I belonged, and it had been a while since I had felt something like that.
Whenever you have cancer, not a lot of kids have it, so then you know you're not the only one who's gone through something like that.
But Neosho is not the only city hosting a camp for kids with cancer this summer. Around the United States, more than 15 other camps are happening to show participants they are solid gold. The kids are not the only ones to leave Camp Quality with memories to cherish. Josh has been a volunteer at the camp for 6 years and says this was one of the best decisions he has ever made.
We get to be kids again, fun. So for the adults, it's fun for us even. It's experiences, for them and for us as well.
The overnight camp even has 24-hour medical care.
We make sure that they're able to do every activity here, and we just want them to feel like kids. Like sometimes, when a child's diagnosed with cancer, that is ripped away from them at a very early age, and we just want to give that back to them for a week.
In Neosho, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
Well, this year, 15 kids ages 4 to 17 participated in the summer event. To learn how you can help Camp Quality, just go to KOAMnewsnow.com. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Want to know what the big 3 stories of the week are? We've got them for you coming up.
And we're going to take another look at our thunderstorm chances for today and how the rest of the week is shaping up when the KOAM Morning News returns. But first, here's another live look. I love those signs. Those always crack me up. From inside John Sporting Goods in Pittsburgh and ahead of Father's Day with some gift ideas. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Shannon Becker is joining us this morning from John's Sporting Center in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And he has his big 3 stories of the week.
Yeah, thanks, Tanya. 1806 North Broadway. It's John's Sporting Goods. We'll talk a little bit more coming up in a second. Let's take a look at the big 3 stories this week, live and local, and what's happening where you live. This was yesterday in Joplin, East Newman Road. Reports of a stabbing at about 8:40 in the morning. Joplin police arrived. A man, critical condition, rushed to an area hospital. He's stable now, but someone is in custody. We'll have more details coming up today as formal charges are filed. There was a female on scene that was taken into custody on unrelated outstanding warrants. Number 2. Joplin News First, just outside of Jasper, Missouri on Baseline Boulevard the other morning. It was a tractor trailer, dropped some wheels off the right side of the road and then laid over into the ditch. 40,000 pounds of steak fries. Well, they weren't cooked. That's the bad news, right? So 40,000 pounds of steak fries, a lot of cleanup. The driver was not injured, amazingly, in that wreck. S&S Record did a great job getting everything back up and cleared out of the roadway before morning drive that day. And then our number 1 story of the week, we were there, told you about it first, a crane traveling underneath I-44 at exit 18 at Fidelity on the way to Carthage. It struck the underside of the I-44 bridges at exit 18. They then had to close traffic for about 14 hours to most of that cloverleaf there. In fact, they do have a lot of the lanes are open, but if you want to go to our website, KOAM News Now, you can see they still have 4 different ramps that are closed. So if let's say you're going from Joplin to Carthage, you cannot go that way. It's very confusing, but you want to check it out, take a look at the map. And our bonus story of the week, well, the bonus is right here. We're at John's Sporting Goods, 1806 North Broadway. It's easy to get in and out. We talked to Adam earlier. You can pull right up to the door. They've got gift bags. They've got tissue paper. How easy is that, right? A plethora of things you could get. If you can't decide, then you could always get a gift card as well. John's Sporting Goods. Happy Father's Day, everybody. They're open until 5:30 on Saturday and then until 5 on Sunday. Always open 7 days a week. That's your Big Three in the bonus. I'm Shannon Becker, KOAM News Now.
All right, Shannon, I know I've been in John's Sports Center many times, and there is so much to pick from there. Did you find anything that you really liked?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made a list for you. You're going to get it for me, right?
Of course. Well, you're a dad. Got to celebrate.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right. Thank you so much, Shannon. We'll be right back.
All right, let's take a look outside from our camera at 7th and Rangeline. We've got those cloudy skies out there. We are still warmer than we were yesterday. We're at 68 in Joplin, dew point 63, humidity 84%. And that's because we've got these scattered showers out there, but we're starting to see some actual thunderstorm development take place. And that's going to be what sets the stage for our strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms as we head through the morning, afternoon, and early evening hours. We're at 70 in Pittsburgh, 69 Chanute, 68 in Neodesha, 69 Miami, at 68 in Neosho, Carthage, Lamar, and Nevada this morning. As we get our morning started, as mentioned, we're going to have those scattered thunderstorm chances, isolated to widely scattered. And as we go through the morning and into the afternoon and evening, some of these could be strong, low-grade severe. We're talking mainly some small hail and gusty winds. We're going to be otherwise mostly cloudy, pushing near 80 by late morning. Highs today, mid-80s, mostly to partly cloudy skies. Scattered thunderstorms continue. And as we head into this evening, we're going to continue to see mostly clear sky, or those thunderstorms, they wrap up. Then we go mostly clear. And as we go overnight, we stay quite mild as well, mid-60s. And for our Saturday, here's the thing. It's going to be a nice Saturday ahead of the storm chances where we've got the strong to severe thunderstorms coming in. But with our Saturday, it's going to be near 90. It's going to be muggy. It's going to be sunny. It's setting the perfect stage for strong to severe thunderstorms. And we're looking roughly after 8, 9 o'clock, we'll start to see these strong to severe thunderstorms develop. And by 10, a good batch really starts to roll through and races to the east. So we have a low tornado threat for tomorrow. It's not zero, but it's pretty low. We have a risk for some large hail, but really, latest data really seems to suggest the biggest concern with tomorrow night's storms is going to be damaging wind gusts, as this system is going to race to the east, and that could produce some pretty strong winds with that system. And it'll make it to Missouri, at least right now, right around midnight, and then continue into early Sunday morning. And then after we get through the morning storm Sunday, we're looking pretty good for the rest of our Father's Day. Low 80s, partly to mostly cloudy skies. We head into next week, and we get to the first official day of summer. We're hot, we're partly cloudy, temperatures low 90s. That's Check Your Forecast. Now we're going to send it over to Tanya Bach with a check of Consumer Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Ticketmaster owner Live Nation and SeatGeek have announced they will no longer have hidden fees, meaning full cost of tickets will soon be visible to customers up front. It came the same day President Biden hosted executives from those companies and others to tout the administration's work to crack down on so-called junk fees, which surprise consumers. If you've done a Google search and clicked on a results link between October 25th, 2006 and September 30th of 2013, you can now collect part of a $23 million settlement. It's part of a lawsuit that alleged the tech giant violated users' privacy by sharing their search terms to third-party websites. Claims must be made online within the next 6 weeks, and the website says the average payout will be around $7.70 per person. That's big money. Google continues to deny the allegations. Sunday is Father's Day, in case you forgot. National Retail Federation survey shows Americans plan to spend a record high $22 billion to celebrate. Top gifts for dad are special outings, followed by clothing and gift cards. We'll be right back with more after this, but first, let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. An upcoming science fiction-themed video game features a familiar NASA-esque look.
Rick Damagella reports.
Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown.
One of this year's most anticipated new video games is Starfield, a sci-fi RPG sending players into the far reaches of outer space.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there?
Starfield is the first game coming from Bethesda in a long time that's a brand new original IP. These are RPG masters, role-playing game masters that have been at it for about 30 years. And what they wanted to do as a studio is take some of the RPG experience and know-how that they have and let players take to the stars.
Grab jump is ready. I love this part.
The intergalactic gameplay features a decidedly NASA punk aesthetic, especially with its spaceship interiors.
I love the look of the game, and I think what's great about it is that it separates it from the Fallout universe and the Elder Scrolls universe, which are a little bit more fantastical. And so here we have a game that evokes things like the Chris Nolan Interstellar film or the Expanse TV series. There is this down-to-earth, grounded quality in the way that we are going to do anything but be grounded.
We are not stopping. Whatever lies at the end of this road.
We're going to explore different planets and cruise around through, all kinds of intergalactic elements, and it just looks incredible to me.
This is where we belong.
Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Starfield is scheduled to release for Xbox game consoles and Microsoft Windows on September 6th.
That game does look absolutely incredible. Something I'd like to try. Something else we've got going on, our strong to severe thunderstorm chances. Let's take a quick look at Skywatch Storm Tracker, and you can see where we've got some scattered showers, even a couple of thunderstorms developing out there. No strong or severe storms with any of this activity right now, and in fact, some of it not even reaching the ground yet. But as we go through today, and that concludes the morning, afternoon, and evening hours, or early evening, we have a very low tornado risk, but we could see some stronger storms with some small hail and gusty winds. Not everybody will see a storm, but the ones that we do see, they're going to be isolated, scattered, could be strong, low-grade severe. It's tomorrow, after about 8, 9 o'clock, we've got this elevated risk for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into Saturday night and into early Saturday morning. The risks there are strong damaging wind gusts and large hail. We'll have more on your forecast and the news you need to know right after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Cyclists hit the road as part of an 8-day journey across the Sunflower State. Biking across Kansas brings out hundreds of people to explore beautiful landscapes, points of interest, and meet people in different towns. On Thursday, they arrived in Chanute with only 2 days left in their journey. Well, the Allen County Multi-Agency Team put on its 10th annual Family Safety Night in Iola, Kansas. Family Safety Night is an event to help support youth, families, and teachers in the community by providing more than 25 booths to teach them public safety, how to call 911, and other tips on what to do in an emergency. And today marks the last day of Camp Quality in Neosho. The week-long event receives kids with cancer for fun activities during the summer. A pool, crafts, and even laser tag were included in the program this year at no cost to the kids and their families. The overnight camp even has 24-hour medical care.
As we get our morning started, we're looking at those scattered showers and thunderstorms, isolated to widely scattered. A couple of these could be strong, low-grade severe with some small hail and gusty winds as we head through the day. Near 80 by late morning, mid-80s for our highs. These scattered to isolated storms continue through the afternoon into the early evening hours, and then we'll start to see those wrap up and will be mostly clear as we head overnight and into the mid-60s. Now tomorrow, we're going to spend the majority of our day partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Hot, 90, muggy, and then around 8, 9 o'clock, we're watching for strong to severe thunderstorms with damaging wind gusts being the primary risk with these. These will start rolling through around 8 o'clock or so and persist into early Sunday morning. After they clear, though, Father's Day looking great, partly cloudy and low 80s.
Well, who doesn't love sea turtles? Friday marks the annual celebration of these shelled explorers of the ocean.
It's World Sea Turtle Day. There are 7 species of sea turtles, and they're living dinosaurs.
The reptiles have been around for over 100 million years. Some of them can weigh up to 2,000 pounds and dive nearly 4,000 feet deep.
Most sea turtles are endangered, as is this script. You can help by not throwing plastic and other debris into waterways. Also obey all lighting regulations where sea turtles are nesting. Artificial light can confuse hatchlings and draw them inland instead of to the ocean, which can cause them to dry out and die.
Do not trick them.
Do not trick the sea turtles. Do not confuse the sea turtles.
We don't have too many of them around here.
No, we don't here, but if you're traveling to the beaches, just keep that in mind. And of course, keep in mind, we have that possibility for some stronger storms throughout today. We'll keep an eye on that for you. And we've got the severe threat as we head into Saturday, so keep it right here. We'll keep you updated. And we want to thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're going to be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.